Welcome everyone, this is Stadium, and here we are with a brand new trailer breakdown for WB's new platform brawler, MultiVersus. For one, want to start off by saying this is not a react video. I'm going to be going through the trailer and breaking down every little thing that I can try to see, but I'm going to be pausing a lot, rewinding frame by frame, all that stuff. If you haven't seen the trailer yet, I highly recommend you go and see that first, and then come back to this video for the breakdown. I do love the name, by the way. I think MultiVersus is an awesome title. And I think so far, from what the trailer has shown, I think we're off to a strong start. So let's begin. Such an iconic logo. Player First Games.
Hi, I'm Tony.
I want to pause it already and say I am not familiar with their work. I don't know if this is their first game. I don't know what. I know it's just a quick Google away. But for the sake of just initial reactions, I'm going to just say I don't know what they do, but this guy seems like a pretty nice guy. This Tony. Let's see what you got for us, Tony.
Tony, the game director and co-founder here at Player First Games. We're here today to give you a first look at our new game, MultiVersus.
I really like the approach they're taking with this. It's not, they haven't given us a single teaser, right? We knew that this game existed already, but it's all been through leaks. We haven't gotten anything. So we didn't get a little teaser. We didn't get an announcement of an announcement. We didn't get a screenshot, nothing. And not even like a trailer. This is just a full breakdown right off the bat. I really like where they're going with this. I think Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl showed a lot of what not to do. Not that I think that game's bad at all, but I think that they're going to learn a lot from that. And I think that this already is kind of maybe a step up from what we saw from Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. So we'll see. What a great screen that logo is. Look at this. We've got Garnet from Steven Universe, Wonder Woman, Superman, Finn. This game, man, all these major companies owning so many different IP are just creating so many different awesome things that we can do. I know some people are kind of already getting a little bit of overkill with IP crossover and stuff, but get used to it. That's what's happening right now. And Warner Bros., they own some stuff. That's for sure. First impressions is that the game, I think, looks beautiful. The stage looks gorgeous. The characters all fit in really well with a nice cartoon like sheen to them. I think this is great. One of the first gameplay things I noticed is if you can see down here where Superman is, he dodged Finn's sword attack, and it's going to say evaded right there. If we can go back just a little bit.
Platform fighter, then body.
Maybe a little bit again.
Question. Can we create a
It says evaded right on Superman, so I guess that is a gameplay mechanic. I don't know if it's just going to work exactly like in Super Smash Bros, where you can just shield and roll through someone, or if you maybe get some kind of buff, who knows. But for some reason, they feel the need to tell us in text that Superman did in fact evade Finn's strike there. Seems pretty fast-paced to start.
Brings in some new ideas.
Bugs Bunny's in here, Harley Quinn, Jake from Adventure Time, of course, and Batman.
Emphasizes teamwork and
so many things are happening. This looks like maybe Garnet has an attack on Superman with the red laser beam. Wonder Woman and Finn again. We do get quite, for an initial announcement, I think we have quite a bit of characters. It's hard to say how many there will be because, I mean, when it's all said and done, this game could have 100 characters, right? So I guess we'll see. But for right now, we have a pretty solid list. We're in the Bat Cave right now. This is an awesome looking stage.
Social play with an ever-expanding, diverse cast of characters.
All right, and shout out to my VLC player for just not wanting to decode this properly. You gotta love that.
Social play with an
So here's our character select screen. There is so much to go off of right here. Up at the top, you can see that you can select a best of 3. So maybe you can do just 1 or best of 5. So many different things. Here's our roster. We've got Shaggy. We have this new dog character that is apparently just a brand new character specifically for this game. One idea I always had that I thought would be cool when PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale was being announced, I thought that it would be a great idea for them to show a trailer for a character that nobody had ever seen before. And everyone was like, who is that? That's not a PlayStation All-Star. And then it was right after that, they show a trailer for that person's brand new game. I thought that would have been really cool. So we'll see if WB has any plans for this dog outside of the game, but we'll see. Steven Universe, of course, they didn't get Steven's voice actor, but that's for his own personal mental health reasons. So no complaints there. The couple bits of dialogue that we see from Steven throughout this trailer, they sound pretty good to me. Garnet, also from Steven Universe, Harley Quinn, Arya Stark from Game of Thrones, who we might see Jon Snow as well. We'll see Finn, Tom and Jerry as a single character, Bugs Bunny, Batman, Superman, Finn, or Jake, I'm sorry, and Jake the dog, and Wonder Woman, of course. You've got your daily missions over here on the left side. Of course, I hate, if you guys are familiar with the channel, I'm so over challenges, and I hate worrying about challenges every day, but that's just gaming now. We've got it in Halo Infinite now. We've got it in literally everything. So here is your challenges. There's a bunch of different things here on the left side, your settings, your shopping cart, maybe some settings, probably maybe a loot box mechanic right here. You can set your region, of course, your avatar. This is probably your premium currency down here on the bottom left. See your character's moves list, your names. There's different types of characters. It looks like an assassin. It says where they're from, maybe a warrior type character, or maybe a support character over here, or maybe Steven's a healer since he's a healer in the show. There's a lot going on here, but I think it's great. So far, so good.
Expanding diverse cast of characters that you know.
I love the presentation when you pick them and they do they have a whole animation. Just I hate to just compare it to Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl over and over again, but that game is just so fresh in our mind still. And I think this game does, aside from gameplay, because obviously we don't know how this game plays yet. We haven't felt it. We haven't played it yet. But all from a presentation standpoint, I think this game is leaps and bounds ahead of Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. Comparing it to Smash Bros, I think is completely unfair because one, it's Nintendo, and two, they've had over 20 years, or they've had about 20 years to perfect the formula. So I think that isn't entirely as fair, but it's clearly, in the same genre. So there will be comparisons, of course.
This is our take on the competitive platform.
They're putting a lot of emphasis on 2v2 as well. If you see right there, Steven actually collided with the Batmobile up at the top. So that was a cool stage interaction. You can see here, go frame by frame. You see Steven actually collides with the Batmobile up here. I thought that was pretty cool. Bounces back on.
And free to play.
All right, maybe frame by frame isn't going to work out so well. Shout out to VLC Media Player.
Everything is better with your friends, and that's a bond we want to emphasize across our modes, especially in 2v2. Every character has unique moves that focus on team play. Whether that's a smoke bomb from Batman to cover your team's movement, Batman out. Steven shielding his ally for extra defense. Need a shield? Saving someone with a lasso tree. Or using Bugs Bunny's tunnel. The better your teamwork, the better your chances are to win.
Now, from what I've seen in a party game or a platform brawler like this, I haven't seen so much emphasis on co-op before, where they have specific moves designed to help you and your teammate. It's almost always just focused on 1v1 or 1v1v1v1. Whereas in this, they're pushing 2v2 as an actual legitimate competitive mode or an important mode. We'll see where the esports route takes us because they do mention esports a couple times. We'll see if that sticks to 1v1 or if they have a 2v2 leg as well. I guess we'll see. God, this stage looks so good. And the music sounds awesome too. And new costumes, we've seen people in different costumes too. They'll point that out later as well.
We built the game from the ground up for teamwork and co-op to deliver a more unique experience that we think players will enjoy. And for those of us who like to play solo, don't worry, we support that too.
Of course. Great winning animations.
Is not afraid.
Our roster has some of the most recognizable characters, so bring them to life with as close to one-to-one representation as possible.
Great grappling hook from Batman. I love how you can see Finn stretching right here. I keep calling him Finn. How you can see Drake stretching right here. He's got great recovery, it looks like.
The music.
The exact same Smash animation. When you get a ring out, they explode just like in Smash Bros.
It's important to us. That's why iconic voice talent powers many of our characters, like Kevin Conroy as Batman.
I am Batman.
In fact,
you can see down here each character has a level. So I'm sure, I don't know if they'll have battle passes, or I'm sure maybe each character has a level. Maybe when you hit level 5, you unlock a new costume, or level 10, you might get a new voice line. There's probably an infinite amount of things that you can unlock in this game. Remember, it's going to be free to play, so they got to make sure that you will play for the rest of your life, every second of your life. So there's going to be unlocks aplenty in this game. Don't you worry.
we think you'll recognize a lot of them.
Bet you didn't know about my dancing powers.
My roommate thinks I have anger issues. Let's see what you think.
Get ready to eat my sword!
Big shout out to them having just great voice acting. You can see instantly just the presentation upgrade from Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. That was by far the thing you saw the most from doubters of All-Star Brawl, was that there was no voice lines, and it just sounded weird and off because of that. And they have mods now for the PC version at least, but it's just not the same.
We're excited to show you our takes on characters from Tom and Jerry to Arya Stark.
Not today.
Arya is going to be good in this game. And of course, they hit us with the Shaggy, the Super Saiyan Shaggy, the Ultra Instinct Shaggy, the meme from Mortal Kombat that somehow actually took off and is now in the game. We live in such a crazy world, man.
Each fighter in MultiVersus is unique, and we'll have a range of...
Speaking of Mortal Kombat, I'm here to put out that my prediction for the Mortal Kombat character is going to be Scorpion. It's almost a lock, but I could also see Raiden or Sub-Zero or maybe even Liu Kang. I hope it's Liu Kang, but it's going to be Scorpion.
Customizations available for all of them, and that's just the tip of the iceberg.
So I wonder if they're going to have smash attacks like in Smash Bros. Obviously, if you hold like tilt A, then you can charge up a good smash attack to blast them out of the ring. Or in Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, they don't have that at all. In Brawlhalla, it's another game like this where they don't have smash attacks. So I really can't wait for them to break down the mechanics a lot more, and for us to get into the beta that they talk about at the end, or the playtest that they talk about at the end of the trailer.
So many Scooby snacks.
And what kind of new mechanics they're going to introduce.
Cross-play and cross-progression.
Huge cross-play, cross-progression. It is just one of the most important things, right? That they have to include in every game now. I think every game needs to be cross-play, cross-progression. That's like, I feel like that people used to say that's a lot to ask for. I feel like it's mandatory now. You can make custom game lobbies. This is great. Hopefully you can add a spectator. You can include a map rotation. Notice over here, the top right map is blurred out, possibly a map that they don't want us to see because of it would confirm something that they don't want to confirm yet. Ring outs. It looks like they're calling KOs ring outs in this game. Set a time limit. Looks like a pretty good lobby. Fighting games should have good basic lobbies like this.
So you can focus on what's important. Who you'll play with, on what
It seems so easy to invite a character or to invite a player.
platform you want.
Friendship power.
That also means guilds and more social features. Get ready to challenge other
Guilds, that's going to be cool. If you want to join my guild, let me know. I'll create a guild and for the community. That'll be great.
guilds with yours, and two who's really ready for a fight. We'll have leaderboards and other ways to prove who's the best.
Ooh, played
Remember the last
tennis
time
on
DC played a
Garnet.
match?
Ooh.
What about lag affecting your inputs?
Yes.
Plus two. MultiVersus' goal is best in class online. We're investing a lot into making the most responsive gameplay and netcode, in addition to dedicated servers from day one for the life of the game.
Okay, so that was something that struck me as odd. Maybe not odd, but I'm way more familiar with 1v1 fighters, and they don't have servers at all, right? It's all PvP, and but with 4 players, I guess that you would need dedicated servers. I don't know if that's how Brawlhalla works or other games in the genre. I don't exactly know. So if you could inform me about that in the comments, that would be good to know. But he didn't specifically say rollback in the trailer, which is actually very surprising because that's been such a buzzword in the fighting game community right now. Is just, I'm surprised they didn't make a whole section about rollback, to be honest. But I think from what I've seen floating around the internet, I'm pretty sure rollback has been confirmed. So that's, of course, that's pretty much a given at this point, but you never know. Finn, or here I go calling him Finn again, Jake transforming into a whole ass house. You gotta love it. But he's about to get pied in the face by Bugs Bunny. That sound effect was great.
Anyone a netcode feed from a map.
Oops,
In
went back a
addition
little
to
too far.
dedicated servers from day one. for
The
life of
ending
game.
sound effect right before the transition. Oh, that sounded so
Our
good.
vision for MultiVersus
Classic
is that
WB.
anyone and anything is possible. We'll serve our community with regular updates, including new characters.
All right, here we get some more information. Looks like expert. That might be a specific level that you can get to. Variant. This is probably your skin. Emotes. Of course, you can't have a game without emotes these days, right? Here, it looks like maybe each character has their own battle pass, perhaps. So that could be really interesting. You could be an expert in Arya, but maybe you still then have to unlock everything else for every other character. I think I would like that more. It's hard to say because let's say they come out with a level 100 battle pass, like in Apex, for example, and there's like one emote in the battle pass and it goes to Rampart. Well, what if you don't play Rampart? What if you're a Wraith main and you don't get anything from Wraith? So maybe if they go this route, if you play Arya Stark, then you're gonna get Arya stuff. I think that's a great way to do it. Of course, that means that there's like 30 battle passes that you have to complete if you want to unlock everything. But you know, if you don't play, like let's say you have no interest in playing Tom and Jerry, then you just don't unlock stuff for Tom and Jerry. And like that's, you know, it's a free to play game. You gotta have a lot of give and take there.
Characters, mode.
Here's some perks. I'm kind of scared about perks. So can you go in and like maybe, hopefully they don't tie this into any like pay to win stuff. I'm sure they won't, but still with fighting games, it's usually just so pure in that a character is that character and that's it. So now can you start adding perks where it makes them stronger or have better defense? It's a really, really thin line that they're towing here to make characters be OP, but I guess we'll see.
Skins. And
that's a badass Superman skin right there. The Black Lantern one. Ooh.
Events throughout the year for you and your friends.
Great, Steven. Ooh, classic Batman.
To the best
Sherlock Holmes and the Bruce Lee, I guess. Bruce, maybe Dragon. I mean, not Dragon Ball, but the Kung Fu Shaggy. Look at his abs. Shaggy is ripped, man.
So whether you want to freeze all your foes at once or compete in esports.
Ice breath. That took a long time to freeze Finn there.
Once or compete in esports.
That's a long time. You're gonna get hit when you're trying to do that. See, look at that. He had Batman dead to rights. But nope, just yeet right through that.
Look into MultiVersus. We've got more iconic characters and features.
Flying all over the place. The game looks pretty fast paced, I think, but it feels pretty weighty too. It definitely feels more, or looks like it'd be more weighty than All-Star Brawl. But it does look like it has a pretty good speed to it as well.
Chance to participate in our upcoming playtests. We want to hear your feedback.
You gotta have a playtest, of course. I'm glad I already signed up for one. We'll see if I actually play it, because a lot of times I haven't been playing betas anymore because I like when the game actually finally launches. It still feels fresh and new, but it's really hard to not get involved in a playtest. So we'll see. I love that right here. That's all, folks. I'm sure just like in Brawlhalla, you can unlock different killing animations. Shaggy with the massive stomp, and then when Finn dies, oh, I love it. That's awesome. Shaggy just blasts out of his shirt. They went full meme with Shaggy. I love it. Coming 2022. Hopefully sooner rather than later on all platforms, which is fantastic. Well, actually, I don't see it on Nintendo. Maybe not all platforms. PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. This would be the perfect game on Switch, so I guess we'll have to see about that in the future, but that's it. That's WB Warner Brothers' new game, MultiVersus. What do you think? Think it looks awesome? Think we're already getting too many of these crossover platform fighters? Where's the PlayStation All-Stars 2? If you want to see another video on my channel where I address that, I'd rather that be a 1v1 fighter, and not every single crossover game has to be a party brawler like this. Not that I'm complaining. This looks awesome. So we'll see. Definitely look out for more content from this game on the channel. Subscribe if you like this video, and I will talk to you guys next time.